Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. To get started on this look, we'll be taking the Riviera palette and we'll be taking Sales and Estate on an A13 brush and packing that right onto the brow bone, and this will give a highlighting effect. And then moving on, we'll be taking Coastline and taking it onto an A10 brush. We'll be buffing it out into the crease, and this will be our transition shade, and this is a beautiful peach color. This is probably one of my favorite colors in the palette because it's really wearable and it has a really nice peachy tone to it. And with this shade, you want to take it up pretty high because you want it to peek through, especially with the deeper, richer shades that we're going to put on. And then next we're going to take the Dipbrow Pomade Dark Brown with the A6 brush. And in the video, they actually used the shade Chocolate, but since I wear dark brown, I'm just going to use what I have. And basically, you want to buff this shade out, and you want to use as little as possible and then build from there because this stuff is really pigmented. So you want to start off with the light hand. That way it doesn't look too crazy. And this is just going to act as a base for the next color that we're going to put on. And this is actually an interesting technique. I never really thought of using my pomade as a shadow, but it's really nice. And then going in with the A3 brush, we're going to put the Dipbrow pomade on the lower lash line and make sure to smoke it out as well as connect it to the upper shadows. And make sure to smoke it out pretty low because we are going to be adding more colors. And then with the same brush, we're going to take Palm from the palette and basically lay that right on top of the pomade. And like I said before, the pomade kind of acted like a tacky base for the shade to really stick on. And with this rich brown shade, you really want to kind of wing it out and really mimic the first eyeshadow that we put on. And then taking the A10 brush again, we'll be taking Coastline and buffing that out and basically blending those two colors together so that way they flow seamlessly into each other. You also want to take Coastline and buff it out on the lower lash line so that way it has sort of a mirroring effect. And then taking the A27 brush, we'll be taking the shade Yacht, and this is a gorgeous bronze color, and we'll be placing that right into the middle, and it gives off this really kind of like reflective effect to the eye, and it is absolutely gorgeous against Palm. And then going in with the A27 brush, we'll be taking Mediterranean and pop that right into the inner corner. And this is a stunning color. I would never think to use this as an inner corner highlight, but it's actually really pretty. And then using the Jet Waterproof Creme, we'll be using the Swish brush and putting that on the lower lash line. And then taking A1 brush, we'll be taking Palm again and basically smoking out that cream color. And then with the same cream liner, we'll be taking it right on the upper lash line and making a wing. Now, it's been a while since I actually put anything on my waterline as well as work with a gel liner, so excuse me if it looks a little bit messy or not as pretty. But anyways, we're going to move on to mascara, and this is really important. You want to really coat the lower lash line to really give that nice smoky effect. And then moving on to the face, we'll be taking the NYX Honey Dew Me primer and basically putting that all over the face to give a dewy and fresh effect. And then to add more light to the face, we'll be taking the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright primer and put that especially on the high points of the cheeks and the forehead. And because it's getting warmer here, I've been using my tinted moisturizer. So here I'm using the Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer in the shade Sand. And I literally just use clean fingers to blend this out because it absorbs into the skin really nicely. And then taking the Tarte Shape Tape, I'm the shade Light Medium. And I just like to put 2 dots under each eye and then blend it out with my finger as well. And this is a very full coverage concealer, so you can even put just 1 dot, but I like to bring it down, especially on the nose area, because that's where I have a little bit of redness. And then taking the Airspun Loose Face Powder, we're going to take this Morphe brush and really set the under eye because I'm using a heavy concealer. As for the face, we'll be using a light veil of the powder all over the face, and you don't really need that much because we are using a tinted moisturizer. And then going in with this bronzer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the shade Rich Amber, and we're going to take it with the A18 brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to contour and bronze with lately. And we're going to put that on the sides of our face as well as the forehead. And this bronzer blends so beautifully, especially with this brush. And then taking the blush Rose, we'll be taking it on a Real Techniques brush and putting that on the cheeks, and then spraying our entire face with the Dewy Set Setting Spray. Next, we'll be taking the So Hollywood Loose Highlighter on an A23 brush, which is one of my favorite highlighters as well as one of my favorite brushes to highlight with. And I'm basically going to buff that out onto the high points of our cheeks, nose, chin, and Cupid's bow. And what I like to do is I like to go in circular motions, that way it disperses more evenly. And then taking the stripped liquid lipstick and a talky lip gloss, we are going to lay both of those down first with the liquid lipstick, and then right on top we'll be putting on the gloss. And that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching my recreation of Anastasia Beverly Hills makeup look using the Riviera palette. And what I really liked about this look was that it's really different from what I normally see when people use this palette. People usually go for the more colorful looks, but I really love how you can make a really nice sultry warm tone look. And that inner corner is very, very pretty and so unique. Anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you haven't already, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as well as check my description box down below for all the products and details. And I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye!